Hello everyone, this is Jan and I'm going to show you in this video how to do a tiger swirl using this soap recipe I'll post below. But it looks like a zebra swirl, really. Black and white tiger swirl. We'll call it a zebra swirl. So watch this video through to the end. At the end I'll do the final soap cutting and tell you the mistakes I made. Bye-bye. Okay, I'm ready for my tiger swirl, black and white tiger swirl. I have 1 ounce of olive oil with 1 teaspoon of activated charcoal, 1 ounce of olive oil with 1 teaspoon of white titanium. I'm using Energy fragrance from Brambleberry, which I've used before and I absolutely love it. My clients like it. I have my lye water ready and my oils all mixed here, and they're both at room temperature. So I'm going to start blending. Oh, over here I also have ready my molds, and they're tilted. I have them tilted on a book. I'll be pouring them both at the same time. So I'm going to mix my oils together and just barely emulsify and add the fragrance, and then I'll start pouring. Okay, I've added my lye to my oils, rinsed out my lye container. I have set up over here, I have another container for the extra colorant, and I'm gonna pour in and weigh because I want to get exactly half of this oil. So my soap will be half black and half white. And I've just barely emulsified the mixture. I'm going to pour in 4 ounces of my fragrance. Here we go. And I'm just gonna barely mix it because I don't want it to thicken too much. Okay, there we go. So over here I have on a scale, I have my next container that I'm going to measure half of this into, and I'm gonna pour off 52 ounces. And it's dripping. Okay, there we go. That's half. So to 1/2, I'm going to put the white titanium. Can you still see me? Okay, good. 1/2. I'm going to put the white titanium in and just stir. I don't want it to get really any thicker because it's thickening up on me already. Okay. The other half. Kaden, get the door. I'm going to put in the activated charcoal. Sorry about that. That's a better color. So I added an extra teaspoon of each color to the oils because it wasn't quite dark enough. Okay, I like it. So I ended up adding 2 teaspoons. I am making 4 pounds of soap. So in retrospect, 1 teaspoon of activated charcoal and 1 teaspoon of white titanium was not enough for 4 pounds of soap. So I'm gonna move over to where I have the molds. I'm ready to start pouring the tiger swirl. I've tilted them on a couple books, and I'm gonna start with black as the base. So I'm just gonna pour down the side and pour down the side. Oops, overflow. There we have it. There's a lot of pouring. I'm just gonna clean up the edges because I made a big mess. I'm not gonna do anything to the top because I think the top looks beautiful. Just gonna leave it just like that. Okay, so I'm gonna set this aside just like that, and I will cut it tomorrow and see what it looks like inside, but that was fun, and I'm excited to see what it's gonna look like. So we'll see you for cutting. Hello everyone, I'm back to cut the Zebra Tiger Swirl soap. Now I do have to tell you, I went to make this video yesterday, and I unmolded one of the loaves. When I was unmolding it, it had been about 30 hours. And look what happened. The mold was, the soap was still soft, and a lot of my soap stuck to the inside of the mold and stayed there. So I just put it back in and let it harden for another day. So it's been, this is I think the 3rd day since I made the soap. So it's been 3 days. It's been 2.5 days since I made the soap. So I put it in the fridge for about 2 hours just to make sure that this time it was gonna unstick, and it did. It came out beautifully, but it still did, this is the other loaf, it still did leave a little bit behind. So I don't know if I had something in the mold that caused the soap to stick. I should have cleaned it out with maybe some rubbing alcohol first. But this one, it really like chewed up the bottom of the loaf. I don't know if you can see there. See how it, see kind of how ugly it looks there. Let me see if you can see what I'm seeing. Yeah. So it's unfortunate. But it did cut beautifully. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? I don't know what's up with the little white streak. It might have been a piece of white titanium that maybe didn't get dissolved in the oil. I don't know if you remember when you watched the video that I added another teaspoon after I started mixing it. And that teaspoon didn't have as long to dissolve as the first teaspoon did. So I think I might have had a little, maybe a couple clumps of white titanium. So for the next time I make it, the soap, you know, I'll know better the ratios, and definitely you'll know better the ratios because you've seen me and you can learn from my mistakes. So I did cut a few bars already, and you can see there, I love them. Despite the fact that they didn't unmold very good, I love how the soap turned out. I really do. And you know what's really strange is that the same day I made the Peacock Swirl batch, exact same soap recipe. The Peacock Swirl unmolded yesterday very easily, and I cut it, and you can see that video if you want to see it. And this one just was kind of stubborn. It just goes to show, exact same recipe, and the only thing I used different were different fragrances and different colorants. It's so strange, so strange. And they were truly both at room temperature when I made the soap, because I let the lye sit overnight for both of them, which is how I usually do it. So that's it. I'm gonna cut up this loaf. I'm sure it's gonna look much the same as this one inside. Nice and swirly with a nice zebra pattern. I'm going to stick my, I'm going to put my logo stamp on there, which is kind of inconvenient using the stamp because the soap sticks in between the letters. And so I have to run and be, you know, rinsing it out, picking out the soap from between the letters. But it's pretty. I like it. So give the swirl a try. It's called a tiger swirl technique. And I use black and white to make it look, you know, more like a zebra pattern. And oh, there you are. There. Nice. Okay. Just so you know, in case you haven't seen any of my other videos, right now I'm using a miter box and to cut my soap, and I'm using one cut. I usually use crinkle cut, and the other cut is straight, so the front of my soap is flat and the back is crinkly, which I like. I've never seen anybody sell soap like that, so I think it's kind of unique. But I am going to be working on making my own one-shot soap cutter. I couldn't sleep the other night, and I came up with the idea at about 3 or 4 in the morning, because I think the least favorite part of my soap, as well as the favorite part, I like cutting the soap so I can see the art inside of it, but I don't like cutting soap. So yeah, that's it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up, give it a try, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.